Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video, and this is another paid request for Steven. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thought streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, or full playthrough, tier list ranking, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And this is for The Wrath of Becky, the sequel to the film I just reviewed. Now, the first Becky, I thought was okay. I thought the girl, Lulu Wilson, who's the star of this film as well, playing the same character, she did what she could. I don't know if the character was as likable as the film wanted it. I don't know if I liked her as much as the movie thought I should like her. Sometimes she seemed too much of a brat. I get what they were doing. I get the point of it and all that stuff. It just, I'm like, oh god, she's sometimes a little bit too fucking annoying or something, or bitchy. And Kevin James, I don't know if I bought him as a neo-Nazi. When the intensity of the action kicks in, there's some good blood and gore. The way Kevin James gets it is pretty bloody and violent. It's not a huge body count, but I think she kills, what, about 3 people? Well, no. Technically 4 people. But, I mean, there's still some pretty violent stuff there. It wasn't too long of a movie. So it was what it was. This one, kind of the same. Maybe this one I probably got into a little bit more compared with the first, because although this is the Wrath of Becky, and I mean there's not a whole lot of wrath. I mean, she kills almost the same amount of people as she did in the first one. I mean, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? No, maybe like. Sorry, now I'm counting my head. Well, I will get to it. So maybe a little bit more. But the setup of the film is, if you didn't see the first one, she was a 13-year-old kid whose mom had died of cancer. Her dad was Jeff, played by Joel McHale, who was on... He's been quite a few stuff throughout the years, Joel McHale. They went to this house by the lake. He had a new fiance who had a kid, introduced her to Betty. Betty was mad about it, didn't want to deal with it. 4 inmates who had escaped, neo-Nazis led by Kevin James, went in, wanted this tea. They tortured the dad, eventually killed him, and she got revenge by killing those 4 neo-Nazis. So you cut to 3 years later, she's now 16 years old. She'll have this overly nice act to go into a foster parents, foster family. But she puts on the nice proper act so that they'll leave her alone so she can escape with her dog, who's in the first movie. And she's had this thing where she's gone from foster home to foster home. She's finally escaped and has gotten to this place where she's living with this older lady. Her name is Elena, who she knows how it goes because she was a runaway as well. And Betty has gotten a job as a waitress at a diner. She gets along well with the lady because she doesn't ask personal questions about her life. But she still gives a bit of that psycho edge. If there's someone that she doesn't like, or there's someone who's giving her some trouble, she'll visualize a way to kill them, then snap out of it. I thought that was kind of funny. Like this guy who keeps calling her sweetheart, and I want butter on the bread. Well, you got butter there. Yeah, but I like it when it melts in the thing. As if he's talking to his fucking mom, who probably also powders his ass and powders his pussy. As she visualizes like breaking the plate and slitting his neck and stuff. But of course she doesn't. Long story short, these 3 guys They go in, they're fucking with her, saying, some stupid verbal nasty things. But then they go about their day and they're talking and they want their coffee, so she gives it to them. But she does make the mistake that yes, they are being creeps. She shoves the hot coffee into the guy's lap. So that guy gets pissed. They want revenge on her. Of the three, one of them doesn't know what the hell's going on. Wants nothing to do with it. And the one is, don't worry about the bitch. And the other's like, she poured hot coffee on my nuts, I'm going to get her. So they follow her. They break into the place she's at. At least the one guy threatens her. And the old lady comes down with a gun. Fine, we'll put our guns down. The one guy shoots her in the head. And then Becky tries to fight. But then the guy who killed her grabs Becky and slams her against the wall. Knocks her out. And when she wakes up, you find out that they took her dog. The woman is still dead. And these three are going to this place called... What was the group? Extremist called the Noblemen. Which Seann William Scott. He's I guess you call the main villain, and he's the head here. And you find out this whole deal that they're going to go after this senator, and there's going to be an insurrection and all this other stuff. There are things that do bug me about the film. Okay, you have to explain this to me. So they go over here, and they kill the woman, shoot her right in the head. They knock Becky out. Why don't they just kill Becky? Why did they leave her alive? Why did they leave her there? And just kidnap the dog? And I'm like, who cares if she told the cops? By tomorrow we won't be here. I'm like, so again, this girl knows what you look like, can describe you, has a dead body there, so it's not like they can't say, oh, she's crazy. Oh, there's a dead body there. Can you describe these men? And why would he not just be like, pah, 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 kill her too? At least the one guy. Like, okay, one guy is like scared. He doesn't know what's going on. Well, you said you were just going to talk to them. But the other two, especially the guy who does the killing, why don't you kill the other girl too? Why don't you kill Becky? It makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense at all. I'm like, come on. I know I'm not that intelligent, but don't insult the few bits of intelligence I fucking have. There's no reason to let her live. Stupid. It doesn't make a lick of sense. So, because they said the name Daryl, she goes to two places around that has someone named Daryl. Goes to one, it's a woman with like an air tank. Goes to another, and it's the right place. And Becky pretty much infiltrates, listens in to what's going on, finds out all the exposition and info about who they are. And listen, Seann William Scott, I think, did the best he could. Because I would say, well, I said I could probably deal with this more than the first. They're both films that are one-time watches. I would never watch them again. I wouldn't say I love either one. They're okay. And some of the stupidity in this movie was bothersome. So yeah, especially that bit. Why didn't you just kill her? So and you think also with this place Seann William Scott has, there'd be a lot more alarms, a lot more security. You tell me when she broke in through the window, there's not one fucking alarm? Like, these guys who are extremists and fucking paranoid of the government, they're not going to have one goddamn alarm when she goes in through the fucking window or whatever. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. And she's able to hear all the info, find a list of all the different sections of these extremists, take the USB, and get the hell out of there. But Seann William Scott tells one of the other guys this story about when he was in the war, and there was this guy who wouldn't keep quiet, and I had to do something for the good of the team, so I held him. I just kept squeezing and squeezing. Like, unlike Kevin James, Seann William Scott could buy as a bit intimidating. His tone of voice, his seriousness with the implications. I thought Seann William Scott did a good job. I did. I would like to see more roles where he's more of a serious actor. I'd be very curious to see that. I really would. I don't know if there are TV shows, whatever. I have to look them up, but I always like Seann William Scott. He's not always in the best movies. He was... Mr. Woodcock was pretty bad, but even he would admit it was pretty bad. Bulletproof Monk was pretty bad. That's an awful fucking film. Saw it in the theater, sadly. But Evolution, I liked that one. I like him. That's one of the reasons I can watch the Dukes of Hazzard movie, is because of him. Yeah, I don't mind the Dukes of Hazzard movie for what it is. I actually did not mind that film at all. Then pretty much soon after that, that's when finally the Wrath of Becky starts, where she's able to, kind of like in the first film, get the walkie-talkie and talk to him. She even says the same kind of, not nursery rhyme, well maybe, but says the same thing that she said in the first movie to give them kind of a omen of things to come, a warning of things to come. It's like, not a lullaby, but kind of in that vein. I do like that Seann William Scott's like, just give her that fucking dog back. Because they have the dog. Just give her that fucking dog back. And so like Seann William Scott's like, just give the dog back and let her go away and just stop fucking with my stuff. Part of me actually thought it'd be more interesting if, in a weird way, Becky and Seann William Scott start helping each other, because he just wants to do his business, she just wants her revenge, and then maybe these guys have like a bunch of their buddies, local buddies, that come in and tear shit up redneck style. And so it's Seann William Scott and Becky, who are not really on the same perimeter in terms of morals, but they have a common enemy, and then they do their thing and do their fighting and killing. And at the end, either seems like everything's fine, but now they gotta go at each other, or how more ballsy thing, they go in their different way, and her deal was about her friend getting killed, not about whatever the fuck happens next. Which I know that would be labeled as, oh wow, she's letting, terrorists win. So I get that, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to be more ballsy, you could do that. Whether it be better, that's a different matter. But the kills, some of them are still fun. She sets up a... The thing is, though, that the guy who did the worst damage to her is the first to die. I thought that was a bit weird, because, like, this guy is the guy we want to see die the most. This is the guy that we want to see die the hardest. Like Kevin James. He's the guy who killed the dad. He's the guy who's the leader of these neo-Nazis. And while I think Kevin James should have done a lot better job, like, he's the guy. What it does the I spit on your grave mistake. Because I spit on your grave, the guy who's kind of the main bad guy, he's not the last to die. Like, he dies a bit too early, and then she's killing these other people who were just, still did stuff, but were less on the totem pole compared to this guy. Same with here. technically Seann William Scott did nothing to her. So the fact that she's taking her wrath and energy into these guys, okay, it's for different reasons, but considering it's based on revenge and based on, personal grudge, based on people who wander, and I mean, I guess technically one of them is the last she kills, to be fair, but like the main guy, the main one, the main real antagonist for her is the first to die. Now, he dies in a very fun way. Spoilers, he gets a grenade in the mouth, tied up, and when they open the door, and the head blows up. That was a fun scene. So she kills him, and the spoilers. The one guy who knew nothing what was going on, he wants to leave, and I did like this. Seann William Scott kills him brutally. He does like the last Boy Scout. Well, don't want to do it to myself. He does the nose to the brain. He does like twice, so the guy's out of it, and then Seann William Scott does that. So I don't want to make sure I do it to my fucking self. So I'm gonna go over here, but that bah. I like that because it's been forever since I've seen someone do that. I'm like, oh shit. So there's I thought that made Seann William Scott intimidating just from that alone. But okay, she killed the guy with the grenade in the mouth, which I think that guy should have been saved for one of the last ones and built up to him. Like, to me, you got the worst one out of the way the first. Like I said, the three that were there, one's already dead, one got killed by Seann William Scott, and one runs away, and you don't see them till the end of the movie. So now she's dealing with people who she had no connection with, personally, antagonistic-wise at all. So that's a bit of a weird thing. Now I guess it's just her, I don't know, doing it for a country or something, which she really didn't seem like she gave a shit about that stuff earlier. That's the thing, there was never any moment that seemed like she cared about, I don't know, I hate to say it, other people. Even the first film, when she sees the woman and the kid, and the woman was going to be possibly the dad's wife and her stepmom, she sees them and she just puts like a smiley face. Not, oh, I'm going to help you, I'm going to get you out of here. So here it's like, well, does she really give a shit about all this other stuff? Is she American made? So that was a bit weird about it. Because then it's just, there's this guy, I think his name was like Twig or something, who gets like an arrow from here to here through both cheeks, and Seann William Scott pulls it out. Twig runs after her, and the thing is, like, she like throws like a tear gas grenade, and he just stares at it. Oh shit! I'm like, you could run, you could dodge, you could kick it away. And then, like, he crawls out, and I get that, it'll affect him, but then, did something happen where he can't get up, and he can't, like, stand up? He just lies there while she fucks him up with the machete. Multiple times. And then it's Seann William Scott, and then you find out that the girl with the air tank that she saw earlier, she's also with it as well. Senior and junior. So they're, yeah. Guess his mom or something, yeah. Seann William Scott has the girl tied up. Why he didn't think of any other precautions, I don't know. She unties herself, blinds Seann William Scott, runs off. Eventually Seann William Scott chases her. And his death I thought was kind of blasé. He falls to a couple bear traps, and one of them hits him and hits his neck, and he dies slowly. He's like, well done. Well done. So his death. And then the last one is the lady, and Betty had thrown a knife to her head. She got back alive. Oh, she's alive, but then she's aiming at the wrong thing, so her brain ain't working. That was kind of a funny bit, where she got up and she's all tough and doing this. Ah, then you realize she's aiming at the wrong target. I thought that was kind of funny. I did laugh at that. But yeah, like Seann William Scott's death, I thought was kind of lame. I thought a lot more could have been done with like a battle between Seann and Becky, where they're both damaged people and they're going back and forth and like a more back-to-back battle. So this, I thought, it was just kind of a quick and easy way out. And then it takes a weird twist where, she killed them all, pretty much. The CIA comes up and says, we want to offer you a job, which she takes. And in doing so, she's able to find out where that guy that ran off went to. And pulls out a fucking rocket launcher and blows the guy up with his car. I'm like, okay, good practical explosion. I didn't expect someone using a fucking missile in this movie. So that's different. Oh, and then we'll explain the T later. I'm like, fuck this T. How about that? Stick the T up your ass and twist it and turn until it's locked. So you shit out of your mouth this time. Fuck the T. How about that? Fuck the T. Like, this is the second movie in a row you bring up the T. You mention something about coordinates, and that's it. And then you do nothing with the T. Oh my god. So yeah, it does have plot issues. I don't think we feel as much of the wrath of Becky as we should have. I think the body count should have been a bit bigger and feeling a bit more epic. A bit more action, a bit more blood and kills. I don't know. Take that for what you will. I don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.